Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar News, your trusted source for in-depth updates on the fast-moving developments surrounding the Iraqi dinar. As of the current date in the USA, we are witnessing a historic financial transformation that could redefine the future of Iraq and its currency. After years of anticipation, speculation, and global curiosity, the moment many have waited for has officially arrived. On June 11, 2025, Prime Minister Muhammad Shia al-Sudani delivered a televised statement that marked the beginning of a new era, one where the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar is not a distant goal, but an active, unfolding reality. In his nationally broadcast address, Prime Minister Sudani didn't speak in vague terms or political riddles. He confirmed directly and without hesitation that the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar is taking place. The announcement, supported by both the Central Bank of Iraq and the Ministry of Finance, made it unmistakably clear that the policy groundwork and technical infrastructure needed for this change are already in place. This is not a long-term concept or an idea to revisit years down the line. According to Sudani's timeline, the entire revaluation process is to be completed before the end of Iraq's current fiscal quarter, just a few weeks away. As news of the announcement spread, scenes of celebration erupted across Iraq. In cities like Baghdad, Basra, and Erbil, people took to the streets waving flags, cheering, and expressing pride in what this milestone represents. The dinar's revaluation is not just an economic adjustment. It is, for many Iraqis, a deeply symbolic restoration of national pride and self-determination. After enduring decades of instability, sanctions, and uncertainty, this decision signals that Iraq is moving from recovery to resurgence and from crisis to confidence. Alongside the dinar shift in value is an ongoing conversation about the digital dinar. This development has generated many questions and even some confusion, so let's clarify what's been confirmed. According to financial consultants with direct insight, including contacts at K2, the advisory group working with Iraq, the digital dinar is being created specifically for government-level use. It will be deployed in cross-border trade, international payments, and large-scale institutional transactions. Importantly, it is not intended to replace cash for everyday consumer use within Iraq. For individual Iraqis and small businesses, physical cash and stablecoins will remain the primary mediums of exchange. The central bank's latest figures show that around 80% of Iraq's population is still unbanked, making any large-scale transition away from paper currency impractical in the near term. The government's approach, therefore, is to modernize high-level infrastructure while still supporting the cash economy that most Iraqis rely on daily. Stablecoins will also play a supplementary role by allowing digital transactions without requiring full participation in the formal banking system, thereby increasing access while maintaining flexibility. What's unique about this moment is not just the policy itself, but the credibility and preparation behind it. This is not a political gimmick or last-minute maneuver. It is the result of years of systemic reform, institution building, and diplomatic negotiation. Iraq has implemented sweeping anti-corruption measures, introduced major banking overhauls, and engaged in discussions with financial partners around the world to align on execution. The Prime Minister's message was backed up by concrete actions. Banks across Iraq are reportedly extending business hours, deploying new software, and training staff to manage the transition. Even physical currency transport routes are being secured to handle increased activity. Internationally, the reaction has been swift and notable. Markets immediately reflected the change. Middle Eastern financial assets experienced increased volatility, and the Iraq Stock Exchange saw a significant uptick in volume as both domestic and foreign investors adjusted their positions. Financial news outlets worldwide picked up the story, moving it from fringe speculation to front-page headlines. Economists and currency experts who once dismissed the IQD as a speculative outlier are now reassessing their forecasts. As the global financial system began to digest the news out of Iraq, major institutions quietly began making internal adjustments. Banks across the Gulf, in Europe, and even in the United States reportedly initiated back-end changes in anticipation of upcoming currency shifts involving the Iraqi dinar. While official public statements from institutions like Wells Fargo, J.P. Morgan Chase, and Bank of America have yet to surface, internal communications tell a different story. Confidential memos, software updates, and system tests are being implemented, indicators that these banks are not just aware of the coming changes, but are preparing to act. Private banking clients in the U.S. have also begun to notice subtle developments. Appointments discussing currency matters, quiet confirmations from advisors, and new dialogues around foreign exchange logistics are all emerging behind closed doors. These actions further reinforce what Prime Minister Sudani's speech has set in motion. For many, this marks the final confirmation needed. The revaluation is real, it's underway, and it is globally anticipated. For dinar holders, those who've waded through years of skepticism, volatility, and false starts, this is no longer a time for speculation. It's time to prepare. The window to act smartly and securely is now open. First, ensure your physical dinar notes are stored safely. Waterproof and fireproof containers are highly recommended. Digitally scan and back up receipts, certificates of authenticity, and purchase records. These digital copies should be stored on encrypted drives or secure cloud storage platforms. Having well-organized records could make a critical difference during the exchange process, especially for larger holdings. It's also important to limit who you speak with and what you share. Discussions about the amount of dinar you hold should never be made public, whether online or offline. Scams are expected to rise rapidly as this announcement continues to gain attention. Be especially wary of private exchange offers that claim to offer better than market rates or special appointments. These tactics are frequently used to exploit eager investors. Stick to reputable financial institutions, Tier 1 banks, or officially licensed foreign currency dealers. Another step you should take immediately is to consult with trusted professionals. Tax advisors, financial planners, and legal experts can help you navigate what may be a once-in-a-lifetime windfall. Understand what tax responsibilities may apply in your country or state. Many jurisdictions will treat foreign currency gains as taxable events, and failing to plan in advance could result in unnecessary complications or penalties down the line. Preparing ahead of time puts you in control. Waiting until after the exchange only increases the risk of poor decisions under pressure. It's also worth noting that the exchange process may not be the same for everyone. Larger volume holders may be subject to more thorough verification procedures and may require scheduled appointments rather than walk-in access. Additional regulatory oversight, identity confirmation, and anti-money laundering protocols may apply. These are standard financial procedures designed to protect both the system and the individual. Be prepared for them, and understand that smooth execution comes from planning, not panic. The Iraqi government has repeatedly emphasized that this revaluation is not a casual event. It is a structured rollout with strict oversight and carefully timed milestones. The Central Bank of Iraq is working in sync with regional partners and international economic frameworks. This isn't Iraq acting in isolation. Reports suggest that financial coordination is happening across Gulf states, European trade zones, and even key institutions in North America. That level of integration underscores the seriousness and legitimacy of this process. Even diplomatic and trade negotiations appear to be aligning with the timing of this revaluation. Regional financial hubs are reportedly preparing for integration with Iraq's new valuation metrics. This signals not just a local currency adjustment, but a broader regional economic shift. Iraq's financial reintegration into the global system could serve as a catalyst for renewed foreign investment, increased trade, and stronger regional stability. But this must be understood: the revaluation is not the finish line, it's the beginning. What you do after the exchange will matter just as much as the decisions you make before it. This isn't about short-term excitement. It's about long-term financial strategy. Now is the time to review your goals. Are you planning for immediate liquidity, or do you intend to invest your gains into diversified assets? Are you considering real estate, stocks, precious metals, or something else? Your answers will determine your financial trajectory for years to come. With the revaluation now officially underway, the focus for IQD holders must shift from waiting to execution. The world is responding, and your readiness will determine your outcome. Social media channels, forums, and private chat groups are already buzzing with renewed energy. Longtime dinar holders are sharing plans, preparation checklists, and reflections on the journey that led them here. From Telegram communities to local gatherings, a powerful sense of unity is emerging among those who believed when others didn't. This isn't just financial, it's emotional, symbolic, and deeply human. People from all walks of life, retired military personnel, business owners, working families, young professionals are finding common ground through this shared belief. For years, the IQD was mocked, dismissed as a pipe dream. Yet through discipline, research, and persistence, this community held firm. And now, with the announcement from Iraq's highest office and operational support from major financial institutions, that persistence is paying off. But make no mistake, this moment will test your focus. Over the next few days and weeks, you'll see a flood of opportunists promoting exclusive exchange platforms, VIP rates, or backdoor deals. These offers will appear polished, convincing, and urgent. Ignore them. Your power lies in calm, deliberate action. Let others chase empty promises. You've waited this long for real structure. Don't throw that away for speculation disguised as opportunity. The Iraqi government has been clear. This process is controlled, sanctioned, and closely monitored. The Central Bank of Iraq has implemented strict measures to ensure that the revaluation unfolds in a secure and transparent manner. There are no shortcuts, no secret deals, and no hidden pathways. The safest route is the one aligned with verified institutions, legal counsel, and official communications. This is also the time to think beyond the exchange. Your future isn't defined by a one-time transaction. It's shaped by how you steward what follows. Are you prepared to manage wealth wisely? Have you considered estate planning, asset diversification, and charitable giving? Are you ready to help your community, support loved ones, or create something meaningful from this opportunity? These are the deeper questions that now matter most. At Iraqi Dinar News, our mission has always been to cut through the noise and bring you clarity, and now, with the revaluation confirmed, our commitment continues. In the coming weeks, we'll share verified updates, practical advice, and professional insights to guide you through every phase. But this is your journey. You've done the work. You stayed informed. You chose discipline over distraction. Now it's time to act. Not with fear or haste, but with structure and confidence. This revaluation is not just a monetary event. It marks Iraq's return to economic sovereignty. It's a message to the world that Iraq will no longer be defined by its past, but by its potential. And you? Those who held on are part of that transformation. This moment belongs to the ones who prepared for it, not the ones who waited for someone else to make it happen. You are no longer on the sidelines watching history unfold. You are now part of that history, shaping it with every smart choice you make. Whether your holdings are modest or significant, the principles remain the same. Protect what you've earned, invest with wisdom, and use this opportunity to build something lasting. If you've followed this journey closely, you know this isn't just about the IQD. It's about resilience. It's about what happens when people stay committed through cycles of doubt. The revaluation is real. The timeline is active. The tools are in your hands. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of something that could change your life and the world, if approached with vision and care. As we close this report on Iraqi Dinar News Updates, take a moment to reflect. You've made it here through uncertainty, setbacks, and long stretches of silence, and now you stand at the start of a new financial chapter. Stay sharp, stay protected, and above all, stay grounded. Your preparation is your power. Use it wisely.